I'm Dave Carvajal. This is Thunder, Wisdom, and Insights with some of my favorite leaders on the planet. Jim, what a pleasure it is to have you here today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about yourself. Start from the beginning. Give us a good sense of who you are.
Yeah, thanks again. So I started my career, went to St. Michael's College. I started my career at General Electric Company after college. Spent a total of 17 years there. Started off in a leadership program doing like auditing, accounts payable, cash, account receivable. And then I went to a leasing division. Spent 5 years there, promoted through a number of sales and sales management type jobs. Then got transferred to the power systems division. Spent 6 years there, again, a bunch of different jobs, including building a business, starting a group, starting an international company for them. And then got transferred back to GE Capital and ended up integrating a bunch of companies. So did a bunch of different things at GE, then got recruited out to Hess Corporation in the energy marketing division, calling on national accounts, doing customer service, and a bunch of sales management type activities, and then got recruited from there to utility, where I spent the last 6 years running essentially all commercial operations. So all the marketing, sales, procurement, environmental, a bunch of different activities. The interesting part about it to me is I worked at big companies. General Electric Corporation, Hess Corporation, and National Grid, but I was always in assignments that were transformational, growth, change, building type of assignments. So a lot of people look at my experience and say, oh, you're a big company guy. I actually think the opposite. I think, yes, I work well in big companies, but I work on projects and assignments and with teams that build great growth, trajectory, and transformation.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone starting out their career in sales?
The process of learning and growing in your career and your relationships is extremely enjoyable. Pay attention to it while it's happening. Ask for help, find people you can talk to. You don't have to know everything. Nowadays, there's a lot of good tools out there. Salesforce.com, probably the simplest example of it. The tools tell you how to do your job. So use the tools and the capabilities of those tools to their fullest. And then my biggest pet peeve with sales, people always pay attention to the output metrics, not the input metrics. And that's a Six Sigma, GE training example again. But to get a lot of volume, orders, sales, revenue, depending on how you want to measure it, right? All companies do it slightly differently. You need a lot of appointments, and those appointments got to lead to a lot of proposals. And those proposals got to lead to a lot of commitments, and then the commitments turns into volumes, revenue, orders, et cetera. So you need to pay attention to the input metrics and make sure you're spending your time very wisely on targeting and all those types of things.